Jackie, I just got accepted to St. Patrick Bremer High School.
Wow, I'm so glad. At St. Anne's, they told me that in my first year, I could take both Latin and trigonometry.
Wow, 2 foreign languages. I hope you still have time to help me with my homework, if I need it.
Sure.
Well, I gotta go.
Okay.
Boys, now that you're in the 8th grade and just a few weeks away from starting high school, you should once again pray to God and ask Him if you truly have a vocation. Perhaps you're one of the special few chosen by God for the priesthood. Think about it, boys.
Maybe.
And if you have any questions about the many seminaries in the area...
Yeah, Father, tell me, is it a sin to eat meat on Friday if I'm on a ship crossing the international date line? Well, I mean the front part of the ship is, but I'm on the back of the ship, and I'm about to eat a hot dog. But it's not an all-meat hot dog. It's got a lot of filler.
Well, according to the laws of Holy Mother Church...
Oh, speaking of mothers, Father, is it a sin if my mother I have these 2 goldfish, and they die, and my mother, instead of burying them, she flushes them down the toilet?
It wouldn't make any difference since they're obviously not Catholic.
Oh, yes they are, Father. I should know. My mother won them at bingo.
Louis.
Father, is it a sin?
Yes, it is, Louis. Sit down. Where was I? Ah, yes. As young Catholic men, you should all avoid members of the opposite gender who are publics. If you associate yourself with one, you run the chance of getting seriously involved with one.
Yeah.
And before you realize it, you end up marrying her without fully comprehending the tremendous consequences of what you've done. Now, if a non-Catholic marries a Catholic, what must the non-Catholic do? Oh, Louis. Michael?
Well, my old man told me what he had... my father told me what he had to do. Because he was a non-Catholic.
And what did your father tell you, Michael?
He told me he had to sign his life away.
Shut up and sit down, Michael. Boys, remember that if you never date non-Catholic girls, you're never going to get yourself involved in a mixed marriage.
Barney Biscoe did.
Who's Barney Biscoe?
Oh, he's my cousin, Father. Yeah, his mother wouldn't allow him to date non-Catholic girls, but he got involved in a mixed marriage anyway.
Oh, that's impossible. Who did he marry?
Somebody named Bob.
Okay, girls. We're going to discuss a few topics that involve the 2 genders, masculine gender and feminine gender.
All right.
Always remember, girls, never wear black patent leather shoes because they reflect up.
Yes, sister.
And never wear white shiny pearls because they reflect down.
Yes, sister.
Never go to a restaurant with white tablecloths because that reminds the boys of bed.
Yes, sister.
And if you ever have to sit in a crowded car and sit on a boy's lap, make sure there's a telephone book between you.
Yes, sister.
Girls, I've memoed some information I think you might find helpful.
Concerning making out, what you should know, it is a mortal sin too.
1, pet feeling around in the wrong places.
2, neck. Both heads on each other's shoulders and embracing. 3, French kissing. Touching tongues? Ew! 4, it is also a sin to kiss passionately. A kiss becomes passionate when it lasts for more than 5 seconds, or when it's in intervals of 2 minutes.
What? Okay. Kissing good is hard enough. Now I have to learn how to handle a stopwatch.
Okay. 5,
Going all the way together or alone?
Always remember, girls, boys have only two basic drives, sex and hunger. As soon as he takes care of one, he goes after the other. And that is why most rapes occur near restaurants.
There was once a boy your age. Let's say his name was Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones was a good Catholic boy. He went to Mass and Communion once a week. He obeyed his parents and he treated his little sister like a human being. The only thing that Johnny Jones did wrong was that he kept dirty pictures in his wallet. Now, one day, Johnny Jones stepped off the curb and was run over by a truck. It broke both of his legs and his arms, and it crushed his skull and cracked his ribs, and he was bleeding all over the pavement. But that wasn't his problem, boys. His problem was that as the ambulance rushed him to the hospital, he knew that in a very few minutes, his parents would be behind him, and they would find those disgusting pictures in his wallet. Now, even if Johnny Jones had been lucky enough to die, he still wouldn't have avoided the embarrassment. Finding dirty pictures in your wallet is not something that can be skipped in a eulogy. It would have to be said.
Man, I'm sure glad I don't keep any dirty pictures in my wallet.
Me too. Me too.
Gentlemen, your teenage years lie just ahead. It's time that certain private things be said. There'll be changes in your bodies and temptations in your paths. Your voices will get lower and you'll need to take more baths. So imitate the saints and purify your hearts and ignore the urges of your private parts. Don't think new thoughts about a woman's form. Eternity's a long time and hell gets awfully warm. Oh, your private parts will get you into trouble. So don't pay attention to your private parts. Don't touch yourselves, no matter how you yearn. Not even just a little, or you'll burn, burn, burn. So better leap into an ice cold shower. And don't pay attention to your private parts. Sex is for procreation. It's not used for recreation. No, you can't hide your habits from your family and your friends. From the first touch, your secret starts to show. First the pimples, then the warts. Your growth becomes stunted. Your brain turns to jelly, till the shame of our error turns to horror, then to terror, when the hair upon your palms begins to grow. So keep your mind above your belt and keep your thoughts out of the sewer, cause an evil thinker's just as guilty as an evil doer. Oh, your private parts will get you into trouble. Keep them out of sight, keep them out of mind. You've got to do what's right or end up that dumb and blind. So don't pay attention to your private parts.
Okay, girls, let's review. If you think of doing it, then it's called an impure thought. If, God forbid, you go ahead and do it anyway, then it's called an impure act. If you do it with your husband, the marriage act. If you do it with someone other than your husband, adultery. And if you don't do it at all, holiness. And if, God forbid, you do it with yourself, self-abusement. What?
Sister, I thought it was self-abuse.
Always, always remember this, girls. If you go too far, you will lose your immortal souls to the eternal fires of hell.
Whoa! Becky, how far is too far?
I don't know.
Virginia, you're such a jerk. Mary,
I'm thinking.
how far is too far? How far is all the way? Is it too far to New Jersey? Oh, they never really say. Is all the way a feeling or something that you do? Well, I'll never ask the question, but I wish I knew. I wish I knew. How far is too far? How far is all the way? How far is into trouble? Doesn't matter if you go. Doesn't matter if you love him. If you love him. Should I let a fella kiss me on the second day? How far is too far? How far is all the way? Well, I'll never ask my whole life. I'd like to ask my mother, but she probably doesn't know. So I guess I'll keep on wondering just how far to go. I wish I knew it's too far. It's too far. I wish I I wonder what my mother'd say. Is too far.
We're alone. How far should I go? Not she will stop me, or how will I know? Nobody tells me what will she alone. If nobody tells me, how will I know? How far is too far? How far is all the way? Will I like her if she lets me? If she lets me, would I stay?
I hope that he'll still like me if I have to tell him now. So I guess I'll keep on wondering just how far to go. I wish I knew. They say growing up is easy. Is it everything they say? Someday I'll know the answers, but the answers come so slow. So I guess I'll keep on wondering just how far to
a fresh